The show has started! Time for a special performance by Muggy Lou's Menagerie! It's Muggy Lou's Midnight Monologues!
Wow, that's a huge crowd.
What's going on, Muggy Lou?
No one said a word to me about this. It's simple. The guest draws a topic card, and we have a discussion about that topic. And as your esteemed hostess, I'll be digging up each of your most embarrassing secrets. But don't worry, it'll only make you more endearing to the audience. So be grateful and fess up. So, now you know.
I see. I didn't know we were going to be part of the show.
This is all a little sudden for me. I'm not sure I can talk in front of everyone.
I don't mind. A swordsman is always ready to fight and to speak his mind.
Leave me out of it. I don't see any point in talking in front of a...
Bienfu has already warmed up the crowd. There's no escaping this. Bienfu is good at the most random things.
But I don't want anything to do with this crazy...
Velvet, you of all people should know the world is made up of crazy things and random happenings. It's easy to run away from trouble and hardship, but that can start a habit of running. Tell me, do you think a coward who runs away from all their fights will ever be able to get their revenge?
I'm not afraid of anything. Your talk show doesn't scare me.
That's the spirit! Just spit it all out! Tell it like it is! We'll give a part of a secret word each week, so be sure to stay until the end!
Damn! How could I fall for that?
Magilu can be convincing. Gotta be careful.
What's she going to make us say? It's time to begin! What's in the cards for our discussion with this week's guest? Find out in the first ever Magilu's Midnight Monologues! Let's start off by introducing our panel. Or we could just skip it.
Give me a break!
Don't be like that! They're really into this.
Just the reactions I was hoping for.
All right, our first guest is someone who always cuts right to the chase.
Hi, I'm Rokuro Rangetsu, a prison island escapee. My hobby is perfecting my deadly swordsmanship, and my dream is to kill my brother.
Quite an introduction from the man himself. You really are fearless, aren't you?
I am. Come at me with a bow or a gun if you like. Although don't actually do that, because I'd have to kill you, so, you know.
While the audience still thinks that's a joke, let's move right along to our talk segment. There are 6 topic cards. Matters of the heart. Now here's the truth. My first time, my biggest shame, what turns me on, and anything goes. Now, we just put these cards in Magilu's mystery box. And Rokuro, draw a card.
All right, this one.
And the card is my first time. Please, tell us about something that was a very special first experience for you.
Let's see. Well, I could tell you about the first time I killed a living thing.
Is that something you can talk about here?
Yeah, it went surprisingly well. It started off by cutting the poor guy's head off with my first swing.
Rokuro, I'm not sure this is appropriate.
Next, I stabbed him in the stomach and sliced upward, spilling his guts out. Then I cut along his spine, peeled all his flesh back, and ripped out his bones. And that is how I prepared my first fresh mackerel.
I thought you were talking about a person.
Well, it's all the same, really. The only real difference...
And that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us, Rokuro.
That's all? Oh, I was gonna talk about the first time I killed a giant unidentified monster.
Next time, I don't want my show to get banned after its first performance. Last, give us your part of the secret word.
Right. The secret word starts with B-E.
Our next guest will be Eleanor! Yes, at your service. See you next week!
I get it now.
What are you reading, Rokuro?
A book from the far continent. It has images of clothing my ancestors wore called kimono.
It all looks strange to me.
Well, I think the colors and patterns are pretty. This would look fetching on me. I like the fluffy tail and ears.
That's styled after a monster called a yoko.
A monster?
Yeah, they're fox monsters that boil skins in soy sauce and then stuff them with rice.
How horrible.
Why would anyone do such a cruel thing?
The book says, for success in business and for when they get hungry.
All that for a little snack? Ugh, that's scarier than velvet. I think the outfit with the red skirt looks lovely.
That skirt is called hakama and was worn by priestesses called Miko.
Oh, that sounds kind of like exorcists.
Miko did drive away evil spirits, but they also let the spirits of the dead speak through them. It also says they were temptresses of men. They were a force to be truly feared.
Tempting men and consorting with dead spirits?
They sound like monsters more than exorcists.
This blue outfit would look good on you, Velvet.
A kunoichi outfit. Looks very practical.
It was also easy to remove. A simple tug on the sash, a couple of twirls, and presto. It says the outfits were very convenient for bathing scenes.
Huh? Why did they have to take off their clothes and go bathing all the time?
The book says kunoichi used magic called ninjutsu to turn men into their puppets.
Ensorceling men to control them?
They sound like monsters too! Rokuro, was everyone a monster in your ancestral homeland?
I can't say. Perhaps my blood is what caused me to become a demon.
I can't help wanting to learn more.
Indeed.
You look free, Magilu. I have some shopping for you to do.
Hey, Magilu, did you look at that equipment like I asked? Oh, you people. And if you're finished, we're short of hands running the ship right now, so go lend a hand if you would.
Oh, since you're going to the ship anyway, I have some things for you to carry over there. And be quick about it.
Of all the... Oh, you're all members of Magilu's menagerie, so I expect some respect out of you!
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
You're the only one saying that we're performers, and we barely ever perform. If you think this insubordination makes you cool, well, I have some news for you. If you don't treat your leader with respect, I'll burn our traveling papers!
What do
Address me as troop mistress.
What do you want us to do, mistress?
You're thirstier for authority than I thought. Just remember that you're all my assistants, here to make me look good.
We're what now?
You stay in the background and make sure the show flows smoothly.
If you're not going to be serious, I have better things to do right now.
I am serious. Magilu's menagerie is a dream world of magic, song, and dance. Song and dance? Will that actually work? You'll make it work. Remember, I'm the star, and your job is to make me shine. Don't you dare try to upstage me. Your place is firmly nestled in my shadow. While I dazzle and bedazzle the audience, you'll be there, not quite on my level, making me look even better by comparison.
Of all the...
Could you be more specific? It's quite simple. You do things like reveal your embarrassing secrets when I hypnotize you, or jump through flaming hoops or let me saw you in half. Absolutely not!
It's all just tricks, right?
There are no tricks required. You have been handpicked by Mistress Magilu to assist her on the stage. I believe in you! Now believe in yourselves!
All right, but I think we'll need you to show us how it's done first, Mistress Magilu.
I shall go and fetch a saw. I was only joking! You wouldn't hurt your poor old troop mistress, would you?
What's wrong? Difficult book?
No, they're fairy tales. I just got done with it.
Oh, that's Maggie in Wonderland, Swords, Tears, Men, and Women.
You've read it, Eleanor?
Oh, many times. It was popular when I was little.
I've never heard of it. What's it about?
Let's see. A long time ago, 362 years and 18 days ago, to be precise, a girl named Maggie lived in number 302, a two-bedroom apartment.
Couldn't you just say, once upon a time in a faraway land?
The layout of the apartment foreshadows something that happens in the second half.
This sounds too complicated. Just give me the gist.
Well, Maggie cares a lot about her family, but is single-minded once she's got a goal.
Sounds like someone I know.
Who could it be?
One day Maggie was hungry, and she took a kukri knife and went prickle boar hunting. In the woods, she met a rabbit-eared boy carrying a clock on his back. Oh dear, exclaimed the boy to no one, his manner of speech rather peculiar. I shall be late for the 10 o'clock train. And with that, the boy leaped into a hole in the ground.
So, Maggie jumped in after him, tumbling into an underground lake with a splash.
And there she met a suspicious behatted creature who grinned and spoke. There's no need to cry, miss. Let me blow on your tears to dry them. This worried the girl.
Just then, the rabbit boy came hopping up and held out his clock.
He shouted, "Complete Chromatus, activate!" And Maggie was wrapped in strange armor. She defeated the creature and spent the next 10 years uniting the land under her rule. Through her conquest, she gained vast riches and power and lived happily ever after.
It makes so little sense. But that's what kind of makes it stick with you.
Indeed, people still memorize it to this day, even though it seems meaningless.
I wish I could ask the author what it all means.
This is all news to me. It was just some nonsense I jotted down. I had no idea it had become a bestseller. There's no real point to it.